Before I continue, I just want to quickly say that we have finally made a Discord server for the game. You can join with the first link down below in the description. Thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy the video. I am making a gorillatag Fangame solely for the purpose of getting Jmancurly to play it. Today is day 4, and I'm mainly focused on finishing the computer setup as well as modeling the Jman statue. Remember, if you guys are enjoying the series, make sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I began doing was I finished setting up the name computer, and then I began to add a room section to the computer, which obviously, if you don't know, it's like gorillatag. You can go into private servers with your friends and all that. Now, I kind of forgot how to do this, so I went to Flimsy VR's channel and I watched his tutorial on how to set one up. Again, he makes some of the best tutorials on gorillatag games, and I highly recommend watching him and watching his videos. But anyway, I set up the room computer, which isn't actually that hard. You just have to add the new room text, which is basically what room you're going to go in whenever you type in. It's super easy, super simple, so I just set that up. Then I began setting the color computer up, which is, as it seems, like in gorillatag, where you can change the color of the fur on your player. It's going to be exactly like that in my game, as you can see the goofy player model right there that we modeled last part. So as you can see, I'm just setting up the color computer, adding red, blue, and green, which will combine all the colors. And I'm just setting up the script, continuing to watch the tutorial. And I began changing the keycaps on the keyboard because, if you don't know, color computers use different keycaps. It's like 1 through 10 using red, green, and blue. So I just had to change that around, had to make new buttons and new keys. And yes, guys, we will obviously have a tab system. As you can see, the arrows on the bottom right of the keyboard layout, those will go from name, room, to color. And if you guys do want me to add any other tabs to the computer, just let me know. I'll probably add some like turn settings eventually, obviously credits and all that. But as of right now, I'm just setting up name, room, and color for release. So as you can see, I'm just adjusting the scripts. I had to add each color value to each key, and it was actually really simple, so thank you again, Flimsy, for making that script. And thank you for making the name, room, and color computer scripts. You did really well. Anyways, I then began changing the code. I'm still setting up the color stuff, trying to figure stuff out, make sure it works. And as you can see, I do actually finish, and I begin setting up the tab systems for the tab buttons on the computer. It actually is a pretty simple script, and I eventually did set that up really easily. I then looked at Spawn to make sure what I was doing is right, and I finally began modeling the Jman statue, which I cooked on this one, I'm not even gonna lie. So I found the Jman head model that I used in my other game from Sketchfab, because that's the only model I use from Sketchfab, because I cannot model faces, and I really needed to get it right if it's a Jman goofy kind of game. So I grabbed a different, the same player model, but it had colliders for this one, and I just adjusted the arms to make it touch the floor, as you can see, just adjusting the hands. And my thought for this was to have it hold a sign that has some goofy pictures on it of Jman, because I thought he'd find that funny. So I began modeling a sign, as you can see, looking for a material, and I went for this wood material. And as you can see, I'm just adding it on there. Just changing the specular, and now I wanted to try and add text on the sign in Blender, but as you'll soon see, that did not work out the way I thought it would. So I eventually just gave up and exported the sign as it was, and I'm just going to add text in Unity. So as you can see, I'm just adjusting the sign, putting it on my player model, and I'm about to add the materials to it. And after this, I adjust the fingers to make it grip the sign, and I actually rigged it more proper this time than I did in my last game, so the fingers were really easy to wrap around it. So now what I did is I added a text to use for the sign. You'll see soon what I'm going to add, but yep, VMT is a hillbilly, because VMT is definitely a hillbilly. So So I just added the text on the sign, as you can see, scaled it down, and now I'm gonna add some goofy pictures on the bottom of it, as you can see. And the way you do this is you use a sprite, which is basically a 2D rendered image, or just anything you want it to be. So I just added those. I'm gonna add them to the bottom of the sign, which it is gonna be really funny in my opinion. So as you can see, I'm just scaling those down, putting them on the sign. And I eventually finished. I had finished the sign, but I still wanted to do one more thing on the Jman statue. Or sorry, two more things. First I had to add the head, Jman's head obviously, custom head model. I don't know who it's made by, but whoever it is, shout out to you. It's on Sketchfab if y'all want to go look it up. But I eventually put it on there, and I began modeling a stand for the Jman statue to sit on. And I went for this cool look of the stand, and then I added materials, as you can see. It took me a while to fully set up the wood material because a lot of the parts of the table with the material were messed up, so I just had to go and fix those. And it took me a little while, but I did eventually finish it. As you can see, I'm just finishing up the materials on the stand. And as you can see, I'm finally finished. I just adjusted the material and then exported it back to Unity, and I began setting it up for the Jman statue to sit on. Had to move the voting systems out of the way a bit, because it would have been really crammed if I didn't. So I just did that. I put the statue on, as you can see. Very simple stuff. And then I added text. I wanted to add text onto the thing, the stand, sorry. And the text was reserved for Jman, you know, because...
Hey guys, it's Demo again. For another drawing. Cyber Monkey and Cool Monkey wanted a VMT monster, so let's make a concept for it. So first I got two pictures of VMT and Jman, just to kind of get inspiration, make sure I don't mess up his cosmetics and whatnot. So I'm gonna start here by making the outline for him, making sure the head shape's well as the rest of the body. I'm just doing the head and face right now, making sure it's proportional and they look good, and it's gonna be a good concept. Next I do the body until I got a shape I eventually liked. I started doing the arms. I wanted them to be longer than the body because I thought it would make it a little more scary because it's supposed to be a horror monster. I started doing actual gorilla tag hands, but then switched to just having a hole in the hands because I thought I could put something scary in his arm that sticks out or something. So I decided to go with that. Then I do his banana next on top of his head, trying to make it look 3D. See, I zoom in here, fix some little mistakes I made, and just make sure it looks good. Next I do eyes, to make it have a bigger effect. I just put some more ink around them, and I struck on the mouth here. I tried a lot of different kind of shapes, like smiles, frowns, just normal. I just go for a slight grin at the end of it because I thought it looked best. After that, I'd start thinking about what to do next because I don't know if I should shade or whatnot. I'd make some more layers and then start on the shading though eventually. So I do that. Start on the body, make sure the shadows are in the right place as well as the rest of it. The light source coming from the left, so shadows on the right. And making sure it looks good, adding some texture to it, making it look better because this is going to be an actual concept for the game, and we will probably add this monster, but it's a concept, so maybe not. Then it's time to, just put something on there. And I think I decided to put the finger painting on there because it's a badge in all of his pictures. But instead, I'm only going to put the color red because it represents, Kool-Aid. And yeah, I'm trying to make it look good. I mess up quite a bit on it, so I have to erase a lot of it, make the opacity less, make it less visible because it looks kind of cartoony at first. And, I'm just struggling with it, to be honest, for a shape that I kind of liked. And, after I got that down, I left it and stuff. And I know drawing can be a little less exciting than modeling for some of y'all, but hopefully I get some audience who actually likes this stuff. So next I go on the hands. As you can see, I'm just making them kind of like they're cut off, and you can have a look into the arms and body. And I'm just adding color here once again for his banana, just some light shading to get something there. I realized halfway through that his color is white, so started to see kind of like a dirty gray look on him. And it really didn't improve it too much, but just got rid of a lot of the blank spaces in there that look kind of empty and scratchy and just not good. I continued that, put some red in the red areas and all that all throughout, as you can see here. And eventually I got to something I found good and enjoyable. And then I started adding teeth to the red part, so I thought, why not? Make something scary for it, because just having no hands isn't too terrifying. To try to add some teeth to make it a little bit scarier. Do the right side, then copy on the left, of course. I'm out of breath. And then I decided to put a tongue in one of them because, I was gonna put in both, but I'm lazy and fat, so I decided not to do that. Here I'm, drawing it, making sure it looks all good. Outline and then color, and then here I do the shading. It takes me a little bit. I have to mess around with some of the layers to make it look like it's actually going inside of the arm. Got it to a point that I found good for concept. I'm not making it too good because it's a concept and that's what I do. I don't do full render drawings. That's what you got, remember. Mess with the background color for a little bit, see if anything would make it look a little better. So I don't know, slightly grayer than before. Mess up here. Making you'll see what it is, but kind of wood planks that go up from the ground to the left. It's kind of hard to see each wood, but not really, concept once again, not a render. Make a little hook that, is gray, made of metal. And I started adding rope. I'm not gonna talk too much about what I did here because, he's just having fun. He's on a swing set, we'll say that. He's having fun, don't worry about out in there. He's having fun on the swing set right here. YouTube, it's a swing set, okay? He's not doing anything bad, I promise. So, yeah, I thought I was done for a second, but then realized I should probably clean some of this up. And decided to do some stuff like finishing details and a little bit more in the background. So here I try to make kind of a little, kind of like monkey ghost that's behind him. It is not him, this is not his body, it's still a monster. But, if you catch the reference, you catch it. I decided to make someone that is friends with the EMT, has a little thing in the back. I tried to make his hat, but didn't go too well. It looked really weird, so I decided to get rid of it and just make the head. Which one doesn't look too good, but it's fine. It's just a little detail I wanted to add because I thought it looked good. Just add it there for people to catch in case they understand what it is. I know 90% of y'all probably will. And then I just adjust the settings until something looks good with the backdrop and with everything else in the picture. Just light there, it's not the center of attention. So yeah, make the eyes glow up because I thought that'd be kind of cool. And that may or may not stay for the game, we don't know. Then just adjust the settings for all the colors, make the background darker to really make his eyes look brighter. And then it works. They're just really bright. White. Sorry. But it makes them look bright. Here, I'm exporting all that, and that's it. So, thank you.
Once again, I hope y'all really enjoyed the series. We're already on day 4. These days are going by like crazy, but we are trying to have a new video out daily for you guys, and we really hope Jman ends up playing this game because we're going to put a lot of effort into it, add a bunch of stuff, and let us know what y'all want to add down in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching, and that's all from us. Goodbye.